Hey guys, Julia here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're just going to skip the intro and get straight into my bullet journal setup for July. The backstory for this theme is pretty awesome, and I'm excited about sharing that with you guys. Oh, and this is my first monthly setup in the new B5 journal. So the theme this month is sort of this tentacle and triangle theme, and it's inspired by... Okay, let me try to tell the story quickly as I'm getting into the cover page here. So, there's this social media experiment reality show on Netflix called The Circle. Highly recommend if that piqued your interest in the slightest. But at the end of May, beginning of June, for 2 whole weeks, I was on the Discord version of the show for their second season. It was a blast. I met some really amazing people. It was also kind of a big hot mess, the way reality TV is supposed to be. But anyway, one of the first challenges involved making a tattoo for your circle bestie, basically the person you rated highest after like a day or two of publicly texting back and forth. But this theme is based on one of the tattoos that was designed for me by this lovely human named Rose. And man, I thought she hit the nail right on the head. So interesting to think that someone imagined this to sort of be my vibe when it totally is. She had zero clue at the time, but I actually do have a squid tattoo on my shoulder, which honestly shocked me that she threw that in there. But yeah, this theme is funny enough the most me theme I've done in quite a while, and it's funny to think that it's inspired by basically a stranger's first online impression of me. So to the spread, I'm drawing in a weaving tentacle using a few different fine liners, and this definitely looks more complicated than what it is. Once I have the basic shapes down and the little suctions, I'm basically scribbling in the rest of the space to give it like shape and texture, and this sort of sketchy graphic style is absolutely one of my favorites. There's definitely less pressure for everything to look and feel crisp and clean, and therefore I can just have a bit more fun with it. I'm going to add in just some dots on the inside too for a bit more variety in texture, and then this whole thing will be sort of slithering into this red void. I'm using a Tombow for the initial layer of red, and then to punch it up a bit, I'm going to use an acrylograph on top to get it nice and solid. For the month, I'm keeping it pretty understated down there in the corner, just a simple script. I thought the loopiness of the script lettering related well to the movement of the tentacles. And on the other side, I don't even know if I want to call it a quote page, but I'm using a red sheet of cardstock. And for the quote, surprise, surprise, I'm going with another lyric, but this time around it's from another one of my favorite bands called Circa Survive. This is also relevant to the whole circle theme because another one of my besties in there, we bonded over this band, so I thought it was super sweet to throw that in, a little reference to the game. But once that's scribbled in, that's gonna be the cover page for this month, and I love it, you guys. And no surprise here, we're moving on to the monthly spread, and it's the basic bitch grid life for me. With this larger journal, I've made the grid a little bit larger, which will be nice for writing in meetings, events, and birthdays. I'm also introducing another color to the theme here. I was probably overthinking this, but I thought it would be neat to sort of build up the color story as you flip through the first few pages of the month. So down the side, I'm adding in a couple more tentacles in that same style that I did on the cover page. And seriously, as you can see, it's some wavy lines, some ovals for the suction thingies, another oval inside of the suctions, and then one more in the very center. And then I just go ham with the scribbling to make it look like not boring. Now I'm just filling the corner of the page in red. The tentacles sort of look like they're emerging out of this red void again, and I dig it. It's dark, it's mysterious, it's graphic. I'm here for it. And since I have room now, I'm adding in a section to track growth on the socials, as well as a place to write in any wins or just positive things that happen throughout the month. And in the June setup, I mentioned that we were going to Belize for Cam's birthday this month, so I'm just marking those days out right now because I'm excited to get away from work and my computer and all the things. I'm of course gonna throw in some washi tape here and some accents, and then the monthly spread is complete. All right, next up on the docket is the habit tracker, focus check-in, and night log. And I'm starting this one off by just adding in some faux red tabs on the outside of the pages for no particular reason. I just like how it looks. I'm then adding in my calendar stickers for the habit trackers, and I'm not sure what habits I want to track. I've been feeling like I've been wanting to change it up here recently, so I'm just going to leave these blank for now. Under the headers, I'm moving my focus check-in chart back to this page because I have room to, and per usual, this is a pretty straightforward chart, not doing anything fancy or revolutionary here, but I know it's helpful throughout the month to check in with my yearly focus areas here and throwing in a new color with the teal as well. Along the bottom of this page, I'm doodling in some more tentacles, and although I'm using the same technique as the larger ones, I'm not throwing in as much detail or scribbles rather with these. And for these tentacles, the backdrop is just going to be like this sea of red dots. I thought it sort of brought in elements from the black and white dotted washi tape I've been using throughout. Okay, and for the night log header, I'm doing a more abstract, almost boho looking version of Rose's tattoo design. I'm going to be splitting the page into two columns where I'll note what meal we have for dinner each night alongside what we watched with that meal, if anything. At the end of the month, I'll count up how many times we had takeout and also what my favorite movie or show was for the month. Cam and I both have been referencing what we watched more and more recently, so really this night log in general has been quite a useful spread to have. Okay guys, this spread is pretty bananas, not gonna lie, but it's one of those things that I thought of and I just had to do it, couldn't stop thinking about it. So I'm leaving the interior of the spread blank because this is just one for meeting notes and doodles throughout the month. But as you can see, I'm giving myself a pretty thick red border on all sides and along the spine. Once I have that filled in, I'm using both the black acrylograph and a Tombow Fudenosuke pen to fill most of the red areas with tentacles. And of course, these won't be as detailed as even the last ones, but with them overlapping and just with all the shapes intertwined, it's gonna look just very crazy and bold, and I love it. Very graphic, very chaotic, so that's why we're keeping the color scheme very simple with this. So I'm just gonna reinforce these borders here with a black outline, and then the last thing I'll do is just add in some sketchy lines here, and that just gives it a little more contrast and depth. And yeah, this spread was super fun to do, and I'm excited to put it to use. All right, we're rounding this setup out with a big old supersized weekly spread. I'm fitting in 11 days in this one, and honestly, I wish I would have just went further and pushed it to 14, since that's when we're starting our vacation extravaganza. But I don't know, I may end up going back and adding in a flip up or something here to add in those days. But for now, I'm adding in 9 boxes for the events and meetings, and then down below, I'm adding in an area for YouTube related tasks and then an area for quick reminders. Big Brother starts this week, so I'll probably put that in there. I'm also adding in my master project list for work projects, and I'm using that Archer & Olive acrylic ruler stencil to pre-put in those boxes for projects there. And then, yeah, this spread is just straight up functional, but I did leave room for a little bit of a tentacle and some washi tape up top. And then on the other side, I'm really trying to keep it nice and tight so that I have plenty room for the 11 days of to-dos. I'm using the rolling weekly method here, my favorite layout. Shout out to my girl Elizabeth. But it's just as simple as putting in the header and an area for the days, and that's that. I'm excited to get into this new journal, and I'll keep you guys updated on how I'm liking the transition from A5 to B5. Before we get into the final flip through of the spreads for the month, I want to let you guys know that the Patreon kit for this month makes recreating this theme in your own journal super easy. I'm so proud of the printables, calendars, and stickers for this theme. And if you guys want to get your hands on these, I would love for you to consider joining the collection over on Patreon. But here's a final look at the spreads for this month. Definitely give this video a like, subscribe, share it, all the things. And I'll be a little MIA this month because of our vacation time, but I'll be back as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll of course catch you in the next one. And if you like this video, here are a couple more I think you would enjoy.